proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state would like to begin by calling
She turned it on. Okay.
the decedent's father, Mr. William Hamilton.
Okay. Will you swear in, please?
Raise your right hand, sir.
Raise your right hand.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give to the court should be the truth and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
May lower your hand. State your name and spell it for the record.
How this crime has impacted you and what your recommendation is as to the sentence.
Oh, I feel like she should do the rest of her life in jail, if you ask me. But the reason why I'm saying this because I never got to you know what I mean, play with him and do none of these things like what a father supposed to do with a child. You know, and all the time I seen her before y'all even caught up with her and everything, she told me that he was living down here all these years. And I'm thinking like he hate my guts or something because he never, you know what I'm saying, he would never call me or nothing, but he's still alive. So I really feel like the jury, they ain't, I don't even think they listen to the whole thing, you know what I'm saying, because the only thing that's right. I really don't think it's right. I mean, I don't know really what to say, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's not. I mean, I feel like this I don't know. I just feel so bad that I ain't never get to spend time with them. Like all these people that came in and out the courtroom, I never seen those people before. But they spend more time with my son than I ever have. Cause I ain't never get to spend time with him. Every time I turn around, yo, he here, and I don't know what to say. I just feel like you should give a max. Whatever you can give her, just give it to her. That's it.
Thank you for being here. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Thank you.
Your Honor, the state would next like to call Ava McNeil. I believe she's on the Zoom.
Okay. Okay. All right. Go ahead and swear her in, please.
Raise your right hand, ma'am. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give to the court should be the truth on the penalty of perjury?
I do.
May lower your hand. State your name and spell it for the record.
Ava McNeil, AVA-MCNEIL.
Good morning, Ms. McNeil.
Good morning.
Could you please tell the court about how this offense has impacted you and what your recommending sentence should be?
Well, we wrote a letter. Could I read it?
Sure.
Dear Judge Hydrick, my name is Ava McNeil, and I loved William as if he were my own. When Teresa returned to Charlotte without William, I never believed any of her explanations. I always knew something was wrong, and I also told her I would never stop looking until I found out what happened to him. I never imagined I would be searching for William for over 20 years. If you knew William, you would have fought to find him too. William Deshaun Hamilton was a special little boy whose smile lit up a room instantly. He was such a lovable and gregarious child. He was smart with a mature intellect. He was also respectful. William had so much life ahead of him, and he had the potential of becoming anything he wanted to be. Because of Teresa, we missed seeing William grow up. We missed watching him learn and laugh through those precious and curious elementary years. We missed him growing up through middle school and high school as well as graduating. I know he would have went to college. He told me before that he had dreams of going to a rich college. This was a child that could read dictionaries and encyclopedias before he even started kindergarten. He enjoyed being the reader, not the listener. He also enjoyed singing Michael Jackson, "We Are Not Alone." I saw William as someone who would grow up and birth wonderful achievements in his life. A doctor, a scientist, maybe even a lawyer. If you knew William, you would agree with me without a doubt. William was like a little old soul and a little man in a boy's body. He had so much love to give. I believe it's a huge loss to the world that his life was cut short. And yes, I said the world. That's how special he really was. My family will be forever changed by the truth of what happened to him. My 11-year-old can't understand how mom leaves her child in the woods. She knows of William. Both of my daughters grew up watching me search for him. Every year we celebrated his birthday. We had no idea he wasn't alive. Today he would be 32 years old. So much has changed because of Teresa's decision. Beautiful William didn't have a fair chance to live the full life he deserved. All the wonderful things he could have contributed to society was taken away because of his mother's actions. Who was supposed to protect him? She made a horrible choice that made it worse by concealing his death. It's still hard to believe. Nothing will bring William back, and nothing will heal my heart from the loss of him. So many people were touched in 23 years by this unknown and unclaimed child. That in itself is proof of the impact he would make on a person's heart. I would like to thank everyone who worked this case and never gave up. The gratitude can't be extended enough for the tenderness he has been shown. Rest in peace, little Will. And thank you, Judge Hydra.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. McNeil. Your Honor, I don't know if there is anyone in the waiting room. We were expecting 2 others, but they might not have had the ability to log on.
I don't see anybody.
Your Honor, back when discovery was served, the state did file its written notice of its intent to seek recidivist punishment under OCGA 17-10-7A. The defendant does have a prior conviction from 1994 for manslaughter out of North Carolina. A certified copy of that conviction was provided to the defense as well. I'm tendering that into the record now, Your Honor, State's Exhibit 1, if I may approach.
Yes, please.
As Your Honor is aware, under the recidivist statute, subsection A, the court is required to impose the maximum sentence in this case, which would be 10 years. However, the court does have discretion to probate or suspend a portion of that sentence. There is a range. The range for concealing a death of another is 1 to 10 years in custody, Your Honor. And we believe that range reflects the legislature's intent and understanding that this crime can encompass a range of behaviors, all that aren't equally as severe. They reflect different intents. So at the lowest level, that 1 year represents a situation where there's mitigation, there's explanation, there's remorse, there's something that comes into play that authorizes that lower sentence. But at the other end of the spectrum, we're looking at our worst cases, Your Honor. Cases where there is no excuse, there is no justification, there is no remorse. And Ms. Black's case represents that other end of the spectrum. One of the worst cases of concealing I can think of. Her child, her own child, died in her custody and in her care. And she left that child at 6 years old in the woods in a secluded area where he had no connections, homes where he had no one, to rot, to decay, to be eaten by animals. We believe the evidence has shown that Ms. Black dumped that child there. Didn't just wake up after sleeping in the woods with him and find him dead. We believe the evidence has shown that she dumped him there. That her state of mind throughout the trial was shown with her own statements when she told the police, when she finally confessed 23 years later to leaving him in those woods, that she knew something was wrong with him. When she said over and over that people would think she had done something to him. And that is why she left him there, Your Honor. She did it to protect herself. She did it to protect herself from crimes she believed she would be charged with, because she knew that she hadn't taken care of William and that she was responsible for his death. There has to be a consequence, a severe consequence for people who manage to cover up their crimes in such a way that these victims don't have a voice, that in death they cannot tell the experts, law enforcement, what has happened to them. The only reason the cause of death was unknown in this case is because of the actions of Teresa Black. And she showed no remorse afterwards. She continued to live her life here in Atlanta afterwards, lying to everyone she came across, trying to benefit off this child's death by filing for child support in 2002 against his father, lying to her husband, finding someone to put on the phone with him, acting like this child, telling people he was living a life in Atlanta with children. This family, the whole paternal side of the family, went all this time thinking William didn't want anything to do with them. They had no interest in a connection with them and a life with them. And they've only just now found out what really happened, and they are just now allowed to grieve and go through the loss of his death. Finally able to bury his body. Your Honor, this is one of the most egregious cases, and we believe you should impose the maximum sentence of 10 years to serve, and that not a day of it should be probated or suspended, Your Honor. And I'm sorry, I've just been notified that his grandmother has logged on and wishes to address the court, Your Honor.
Okay. Tess, will you check? Please. I don't see anybody.
No one is waiting.
Nobody's waiting?
No.
No, she's not logged on.
Yes, Your Honor.
But I'll hear from the defense, and then if she gets connected, I'll be happy to hear from her then.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bozar?
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, Ms. Black she's 46 years old. When this happened, she was 21 years old, as the court has heard throughout trial. She became pregnant with William when she was 14. She gave birth a couple of weeks after she turned 15. The conviction that the state references happened when she was 16. This involved an abusive relationship, a case where, as Ms. Black told officers in Arizona, that there was a self-defense claim that she feared she would not prevail at trial. So she took a extremely reduced deal. That was a 3-year sentence that I believe she served just short of 14 months in custody. I think that speaks to certainly the nature of what that case was, that there likely was a viable self-defense claim that she didn't want to risk at trial. She got an extremely reduced sentence. She was sentenced as a youth offender. As I said, she was 16 when this happened. Leaving William in those woods was the greatest mistake of Teresa's life. She has held that regret and the shame and guilt of that for 25 4 years, 25 years. She has not moved on from that guilt or shame, and she never will. She has, however, moved on from the circumstances of her life. In 1999, she turned to drugs. She turned to sex work. She was in a terrible place. Even after William passed, she was in a terrible place. She has worked to get her life on track, and she has. She has raised a daughter who loves her very much and is extremely involved in her life directly, and has been for her entire 18 years. Ms. Black has saved money for a college fund for her, so she can go to college if she would like. She's 18 years old. Teresa has wanted, as best as she can, to shield her family from the mistakes of her past and from this incident. She has not wanted them present here. She did not want them involved in giving a statement. She wants her daughter to be shielded from her past as much as she can. This is something that Teresa knows she had to deal with, and she wanted to keep her family out of it as best as she can. She has shown who she is through the last more than 20 years, as she has moved on with her life. She has gotten a good job, a job that initially took her to Alaska. Then that same company moved her to Arizona. That's why she was in those states. It's called Crescent Electric Supply. I believe she worked there until this arrest for over 11 years. We are asking the court to sentence Ms. Black with a sentence that fits her conviction here, and not the indictment as it was originally charged. She has shown that she is an exemplary member of society in the last 20 years of her life. She has shown who she is as a mother in raising her daughter. Concealing William's death is something that she will never recover for, and it's something, honestly, that she will understand the sentence of the court, and she will, in Teresa's mind, that it was always coming for her since she left William. She understands that was the biggest mistake a mother can make, and she does not hide from that. We are asking the court to take in the circumstances of her life as it's been since this. She has shown who she can be. She has shown that she can be a member of our society, and a good one. I've represented Teresa for a year and a half, and we have, whether it be investigators or social workers or lawyers or interns, meeting Teresa has been an honor. She is loved by everyone that's worked with her. I'm certainly happy my time has ended as her attorney, that we have some closure. It has been a true honor representing her, and I need the record to know that. We are asking the court to impose a sentence of 10 years, with the first 2 to be served in confinement. Dates that I think are relevant: she was arrested in DeKalb County on July 29th of 2022. However, she was originally arrested in Arizona and she waived extradition in Arizona on July 13th of 2022. I believe the total dates for that would be 549 days. And we are asking the court again to sentence to a 10 to serve 2, giving her credit for those dates already served. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, I see that Margaret Hamilton has joined the Zoom. Would you like for her to speak now?
Yes, sure.
All right, Ms. Hamilton, if you could find a place to kind of sit still so the camera is not moving, that would be great. Can you hear me, Ms. Hamilton? I don't know if she and your video's been turned off.
Your Honor, you're muted. I don't know.
No, I'm muted. She can hear me through the courtroom. It's if I turn that on, the feedback. Ms. Hamilton, if you can hear us, can you please turn your video back on? Is somebody reaching out to her?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any luck?
She's trying to do it.
Your Honor, she's having a hard time connecting.
Yeah.
Could we put her on
That's fine.
speakerphone?
Sure. Wait, her video's back on now. Ms. Hamilton, can you hear me? No. All right, just do it on the phone.
The judge is going to allow you to do your statement on speakerphone, okay? You know, you're not to contact, but she's going to allow you to do your impact statement via phone, okay?
All right. Ms. Hamilton,
Yes, ma'am.
you can hear me. Okay. We're going to go ahead and swear you in.
Ma'am. Wait a minute. Yes, please.
Raise your right hand, ma'am. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you should give to the court should be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
May you lower your hand and state your name and spell it for the record.
Margaret Hamilton.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Hamilton. Go ahead and tell me what it is you'd like for me to consider.
I'm at the court's mercy for my grandson because I don't understand what has really happened. And it's really, right now, it's really got my heart all confused. And I'm really upset. I've been crying ever since I left there, actually. And if there's any way that he can get, there could be something done for him being missing and lies being told. And
being sent on a journey looking for him, and there's no little William. You make up stories about him. You told lies about it. You had a new child. So I would like to know, why did you leave Charlotte, North Carolina, when you had a place to live, and come to Atlanta, Georgia, and have nowhere to live, and that's where he ended up dying? It's hard on me right now. I do have a heart condition, and I've been dealing with this the best way I can. I've even had to call my psychiatrist and talk to them. I haven't really been able to sleep. I haven't been able to eat since everything has started all over again. And I'd just like to know, what was the reason, just tell the truth about what really happened. You know, because life is, God give us life. It's not man to take it away. And she told so many lies about the thing that, what is there to believe? You know, I understand everybody got feelings. And somewhere along the line, in my heart, she lost her feelings. My grandson is gone, and I'll never get to see him grow up and be a man. It will be 32 years this year. I mean, I just like somebody to make me understand exactly what I'm supposed to do now that my child is gone, and we know he's gone, and his mother still won't accept the fact that it was her fault. You leave a place where you have everything going for you, and go to Atlanta, Georgia, where you know nobody, and you lied and said his grandparents was there, and I am the grandparent, and I've never been there until I came to the court. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place right now. Hello?
I understand. I hope you get some help for the issues the residual issues that you are left with as a result of all this.
Yeah.
But thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
But it's so hard though. I mean, since I've been home, I have not been able to eat. I have not been able to sleep. It's been hard on me. I know I'll never get to see him again. But it hurts so bad. It hurts so bad when she could have just left. Instead of telling me I can't see him, she should have left him with me. That's all you had to do. And if you felt like that was something you needed to do for yourself in your life, all you had to do is just go ahead. I had that. I could have handled every bit of it. If I could take 6 at a time, I know one wouldn't have hurt me at all.
All right. Thank you so much. All right. Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else from the defense?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Ms. Black, I empathize with the fact that you were a teenage mother in some very, very difficult circumstances. Those circumstances don't in any way justify what you did. So I've been thinking about this, obviously, all last week and this week, and I want to come up with a sentence that fits the facts as it was relayed during the trial. As a mother, I cannot fathom how you could leave your child in the woods to rot. There were so many other options, and it did not have to end this way. But your choices in leaving William's body in the woods, never reporting him missing, and lying about his existence for over 20 years are not only appalling, but also resulted in the complete destruction of any evidence that could have determined what happened. And so we're all left here still with no answers. You are the only one that really knows what happened, and no one else will ever know. So, given everything that I have heard, I am going to sentence you to 10 years to serve. You will get credit for the 549 days you've already served. And I believe that sentence, I mean, it is the most I can do under the law, and I do think that it fits the horrible facts of this case. So that's the sentence, and we'll need you all to sign off on it after it's printed out. And you're going to have to live with this every day for the rest of your life. All right. Anything else?
Just the advisement of her appeal right, Sharon.
Oh, okay. You have a right, excuse me, to file an appeal. You have 30 days to file a motion for new trial, and how many years to file a habeas? 4 years to file a habeas. Talk to Mr. Bozarth and Mr. Welty about that, and I'll tell you, your attorneys did a really good job for you. They really did. And I can tell how much they care, and I'm sure they'll help you with any appeal if you decide that you want to go down that route. Anything else I need to put on the record?
No, Your Honor.
All right. To the family of William, I hope you all get some closure from this, albeit you don't really have all the answers. But hopefully you'll get some closure and everyone will be able to move on. So, good luck to everybody. All right, I still have a couple other matters on the morning calendar. All right. Any updated announcements? Mr. Donovan?
Yes, Judge, and I'll ask Mr. Moulton to confirm this, but we were speaking about Mr. Luce, who I believe is position 3.
Thank you.